Vada is out for the year. You know, he didn't count to the roster. He was international, but unfortunate thing, man. You know, that kid came in and worked his tail off and you know, gave us what he had, and so he'll be down obviously long term. So we hate to lose him there, but appreciate everything he put into it. You know, this afternoon, night practice, just something different. Told the guys, you know, you circle this week, got to get our work done, but how do we change it up a little bit? The schedule fluctuates so much, particularly over last year, this year, and so just kind of changing things up to where, you know, they have to acclimate. It's something different and start the day a little bit later. Now you're, you know, as the sun's going down, we're out there practicing, so we'll get some good work out there. We're looking forward to it. I know the players are.
Dan, can you offer maybe a little clarity on Green? We saw kind of the brutality of that collision. Was the injury something a little bit longer term that you just couldn't wait on it?
Yeah, it was. You know, that's something that we, you know, we certainly had those. Had a number of doctors look at his scans, and we felt like this was the best thing on our end for him, and needed to do this. So that's where it's at. I mean, it's we didn't want to do this. We love the kid. He's grinding, he's working, but it's, you know, that's a tough injury. It is.
Would you like to talk Jacob Brown, or you want to bring him?
Well, he's a smart, headsy guy. We feel like he's going to be able to pick up the offense pretty fast enough to be able to go out and help us if need be. You know, he can anticipate on the throws, and just with where we're at, we felt like, you know, he could come in and function, you know, and we needed somebody we felt like could work in the pocket, and, you know, he was fortunately available. Had him work out today, looked pretty good, so we'll see where it goes.
Have you thought any more about whether you play starters, and does it affect you that Andy Reid always plays his starters in the preseason?
Yeah, not like, you know, I know that Coach Reid always plays his guys.
Right.
And I think, I'll go back to what I said the other day, I'm still so much of this for me is going to be about what we get out of yesterday, but today, and then, you know, the scrimmage that we have in 2 days. That'll have a huge bearing, I know for me, on what we do with these starters, you know. There again, if I feel like we get really quality work on all three phases and we put enough reps on them, then we probably won't play a lot of these guys. But if not, we feel like we need a little bit more with some guys, then we'll play them. You know, it really is that simple.
What kind of growth have we seen from Baki over his camp? Obviously, the long run on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's growing. He's growing. I think what you got to remember is he has not played the running back position. I mean, he's still so relatively new to it. Scotty's doing a great job with him, and a lot of it is, you know, man, your landmarks in the run game, inside runs, tackle to tackle, vision inside, the feel of it, and he just needs a lot of reps at that. The perimeter stuff, he's got a feel, and he's grown. Protection, he's starting to figure it out. And then certainly special teams, we feel growth. So there is improvement. He's just, look, it's time on task. It's going to take a little bit, you know, just as a pure running back. But here's what you like. He's got a skill set, you know. He's a very good athlete, and he did play some defense in college, played a lot before he was a running back. And so you really feel like, okay, this kid can help you on special teams. And then, all right, as he's growing at running back, are there other things maybe we can do with him down the road, you know, on offense? Can we package him a little bit? We'll see. Keep going.
See the kickoff live minigame situation for the first time the other night. Did you feel like you learned anything about that? Did you have a perspective change on the opportunity it presents at all?
I don't think it changed, but yes, every time you see one, you learn something new. Phip and I just went through every one of them yesterday through the whole league and watched them. And every time you see one, you learn something new. A team's doing this, they're not doing this, and you learn it on both sides of the ball. And so, you know, I think what it's going to come down to is what you feel like you're figuring out a little bit is what is the risk reward. You know, if you're a kickoff team and ultimately you want to have this, feel like you have this advantage, that's why you're kicking it into play. Well, if we're out there battling so they get it back to the 30 or the 29 repetitively, what are we really gaining? You want to feel like if we're doing this, we can get them inside the 25 at least. But to do that, you got to be aggressive and run lanes. You get kicked out of a lane, now all of a sudden you open yourself up for a huge play. And so that's the battle that we're going back and forth with as we continue to rep it. We're going to rep it tonight again. Full speed, not live, but full speed. So we just keep going, and you learn something new every time.
Bolstering linebacker depth here the last couple days. Obviously, you lost Nate. Just curious, Malcolm, Malik Jefferson, is there concern they're going to be out for a little bit here that's necessitated that, or is that maybe reaction just given the special teams versatility of some of those guys you've added to what you've seen with the kickoff stuff?
Yeah, well, I would say Malcolm is improving, but he's not going to be ready. Malik, there is a chance Malik's back in a couple of days, so that's good. That's positive, but yet it's not a certainty. Duran got hurt yesterday. He got a little tweak, so that's why the need for the linebacker position to come in. We need all the help we can get there. It felt like last year it was the running back position. This year it's the linebackers. Have got a little bit of the bug, so that's why we just need to know we've got enough to continue to get work and see everybody else. But we're going to get a look at these guys that we bring in too. We tell them all the same thing. You're not just a body. I mean, as fast as you can pick it up and then show us you can do something. I mean, our eyes are open.
What's your confidence level in your wide receiver depth right now?
Yeah, it's still the same as where it's at. We're waiting for somebody to step forward. We're waiting for any one of those guys to step forward. DPJ, I felt like has been since the game much better. Man, he's playing faster, and I notice it. We all notice it. So that's encouraging. But Fountain and Traquan and Caden Davis, like we're dying for somebody to step up and say, hey, man, I'm the guy. I'm the guy you can depend on. I'll be the same consistent player every day. Find a way to make the plays that come my way.
What do you make of the depth on the edge and some of the guys fighting for maybe a back end spot there?
Oh, with what?
The edge position.
Yeah, the edge. I mean, that's those guys all bring something a little bit different. We know Davenport's getting better every day. Certainly he and Hutch, Hutch is continued to just have a damn good camp. But then, behind there, Houston's been hurt. We're going to try to get him back to more defensive end and let him play that true position to where, that's what he's in. He's setting the edge or he's rushing the passer. And then, like I talked about Ukwu, man, he's caught our eyes. I mean, every day he makes a play. And, he's not 100% healthy right now, but he's out there practicing. He just keeps going, and it's not really slowing him down. So he's caught our eyes. He's strong. He's got length. He knows how to use his length. And then Mitchell's doing well, too.
I want to ask if a guy you didn't mention in your two reviews of the game is performing well, but just an amateur look at the tape, Kingsley really seemed like he performed well as the starting center. So I just want to get your perspective on what he did well and maybe where he needs to improve, because this guy, you and Ben, I think both talked about, is kind of popping before that game.
Yeah, he is definitely somebody that has caught our eye. And what I would say is we are certainly not disappointed in Kingsley. The film in the game the other day, it was solid, but there were some things that he's one of those guys that kind of threw his technique out the window on a little bit of stuff. He just a little bit of lunging, and he's a little high on some things, and he's overextended, and so we're certainly not down on him. The practices were better than the game, but that was his first NFL game too. So he's a guy that's continued to get better, and we anticipate that he'll keep going. I mean, he's a smart guy that works his tail off, and I do think he's got flexibility. Starts with center, but I think he can mix it up at guard.
You talked a lot about playing with violence in the past, and
when you watch a guy like Lawrence Strickland, it seems like he throws his entire body at every single person that has the ball. What do you see from him in terms of, is he somebody that could be on defense and special teams? Can you get a lot out of him, and is he somebody you are glued to?
He's a football player, and he's one of those guys that he just won't go away. He just won't go away. You know, it's like, this guy, you know, one more time, can he make this play? Well, he made the play. Well, can he really get over? Well, he got over there. Well, can he make this tackle? Well, he made the tackle. So he just keeps making plays, and that's a great thing. And so he's one of those players. I say, man, it's hard to ignore him. So he's caught our eye. And he's got a knack for playing the ball. He's got a knack for finding the ball and getting it down. And he's smart, man. He's smart. Conscientious player. And to your point, he plays all out, man. He is lights out, and he's an aggressive player. So we got our eye on him. He's doing well. All right.